Rise and shine, everyone. 6 o'clock here on your Tuesday morning. Thank you for starting with us here on Sunrise. Jason and Jen here guiding you through the morning.
Yeah, we are getting excited for the Twins home opener.
Yes, couple
2
days
away now. We tasted some of the new foods at Target Field yesterday. And now we're looking forward to that first game at Target Field. And I think we're going to have to bring some jackets. Anyone going out going to have to bundle up, huh, Guy?
That is for sure. But, Jen, as we get deeper into the season, on Monday, we're talking about temps in the 60s and a big warm-up next week. So it's going to be a great week for baseball next week, but not so much this week. 35, got some clouds, feeling like the upper 20s on the skin. Here's the snow right now on radar over portions of north central Minnesota. Snow will continue to stretch eastward and eventually encompassing a good portion of western Wisconsin as you get later into the morning hours. Look at these winter weather warnings and storm alerts through portions of Wilmer up to Duluth. In purple, winter weather advisories. This is due to snow and ice. As you get further north, winter storm warnings with heavy snow, difficult travel, and gusty winds with blizzard conditions even possible through early Thursday morning. So I'll continue to track things out. Yes, our home opener looks chilly, but I'd rather take the cold than the snow any day. So that's just me. I got that 7-day coming up.
You don't have to shovel cold. Right? That's
yes.
what I tell myself as I'm putting layers on. All right, here we are looking at the map again. It's been a smooth morning on the roads. I'm going to go ahead at some point here and clear that crash icon you see over Hopkins on 494. That has since cleared, and it was brief, whatever it was. Didn't cause any sort of slowdown. Your drive times this morning, looking good. Here's Minneapolis and St. Paul, 7 minutes each direction on 94. Right on time this morning. You're going to find that to be the case, I think, no matter where you're commuting this morning. Well, hey, though, before the weather changes, good idea to download the free KARE 11 weather app. In the palm of your hand, you'll get personalized forecasts and live radar. You can find it wherever you get your apps, or you can just scan the QR code, which is on your screen right now. This morning, all eyes are on New York City, and right now we are taking a live look from the EarthCam camera on the Statue of Liberty right now. In just a few hours, former President Trump will be arraigned in New York City. He's expected to face more than 30 criminal charges.
All of this, of course, stemming from his alleged role in a hush money scheme and cover-up. This is video from Trump's arrival in New York yesterday. Here you can see his motorcade taking him to Trump Tower with his supporters watching. Cece is here now with more on what we can expect today. Cece, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Well, now we'll take you to a live look at Trump Tower, where Donald Trump will be waking up this morning. And in just a few hours, Trump will leave here to head to court. Former President Trump is expected to plead not guilty. This investigation is centered around hush money payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels ahead of the 2016 election. So here's how everything will play out today. Trump is expected to make the drive from Trump Tower to the courthouse later today, where he'll be formally placed under arrest. It's unclear if a mugshot will be taken, but Trump will be fingerprinted. Then he'll be escorted to a courtroom for arraignment. The court appearance isn't expected to last more than a few minutes. Trump allies claim he's being targeted.
We're talking about a prosecutor who, before he was elected, promised to indict Donald Trump.
New York police say they're ready for possible protests. Meanwhile, President Biden told reporters he's confident law enforcement can handle the situation. And then after the arraignment, Trump is planning to give a speech from Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, maybe just a couple minutes in court, but a lot of people are going to be watching that. Right, thank you, Cece.
Yeah.
And after sunrise, NBC will have full team coverage during and after the Today Show as Trump makes his way into the courthouse. We're going to also continue to follow the latest developments on all of our social media platforms, as well as KARE11.com. A huge special election for the Wisconsin Supreme Court is about to get underway.
In just about an hour, polls open and major issues like abortion rights are at stake. Eva joins us now with an explanation of what's going on. Hey, Eva.
Hi, Jen. Voter rights, redistricting, and as you mentioned, abortion rights are some of the major issues at play, now even more urgent since Roe v. Wade was overturned. Currently, conservatives on the Wisconsin Supreme Court have a 4-3 majority. However, If left-leaning judge Janet Protasewicz gets elected, that could change, and the state's highest court could challenge the current abortion ban. Protasewicz faces off against conservative Justice Daniel Kelly. Now, he was actually appointed to the court in 2016 and was endorsed by Donald Trump when he ran for re-election in 2020, but he lost then. Now, even though these elections are technically nonpartisan, political experts tell us that's not how it's playing out.
Candidates and their supporters really are lining up along party lines.
Because of these major issues, this election has become the most expensive state Supreme Court race in U.S. history, more than $40 million. We'll dive more into some of the national implications in the next half hour. Guys?
All right, a high-stakes election indeed out there. Eva, thank you so much.
Well, now to an interesting turn of events in the Tony Lazzaro sex trafficking case.
Just before closing arguments, one of Lazzaro's former friends came forward with some new evidence, and it all stemmed from a tweet from KARE 11 reporter Lou Raguse, who's been following this case. That tweet was about an offhanded remark Lazzaro made, and it caught the attention of his former friend who lives down in Texas.
I specifically saw the message that you had written about, he said that he doesn't even like lingerie, that you can ask his girlfriend.
Bittman says he had disturbing photos and videos sent to him by Lazzaro of teen girls in lingerie. He says he did not know they were minors or victims from the trial. Bittman says he contacted the FBI and handed over that evidence. The evidence also revealed a text message exchange where Lazzaro called his co-defendant, Gisela Castro Medina, his recruiter, a term he claimed under oath he never used.
An update this morning on a shooting that killed a man near downtown Minneapolis. Police say they have a suspect in mind, but have not made any arrests yet. The shooting happened last night near Park Avenue and 15th Street. That's not far from Franklin Steele Park. Police say neighbors heard arguing before a gunshot.
President Biden is back in Washington this morning after making a stop right here in Minnesota. He toured the Cummins plant in Fridley yesterday that makes large diesel-powered generators for hospitals and industries. Starting later this month, the same plant will start producing electrolyzers. Those are machines that capture hydrogen from water. A new federal tax credit for hydrogen production has driven up the demand for the equipment that Cummins now makes in Canada as well as Belgium.
Where is it written that America can't once again be the manufacturing capital of the world? Where is that written? We used to be.
The president linked the rise in manufacturing jobs to incentives provided by the Inflation Reduction Bill, the CHIPS Act, the Infrastructure Bill, and the American Rescue Plan. The Minnesota GOP issued a response to the president's visit, calling Biden's economic policies disastrous and criticizing what they call his $6.9 trillion tax and spending spree.
The heavy snow this weekend was just too much for a lot of trees. It's too much for a lot of people, too, but that's another story. Branches are down across the metro and western Wisconsin, and in most cases, it's up to the homeowner to clean it up, either by hiring a contractor or removing it themselves. Burnsville, though, they've announced it's temporarily opened its compost site to accept downed tree branches from residents. It will be open at 4:30 today through Saturday. And taking a live look outside right now, things are calm, but soon we could see more snow. Guide that we, though, depends on where you live, right?
Absolutely.
Some of us going to stay clear of it.
Yeah, some of us all rain, Jen. And then as you head north, especially of 94, north of 94, heavy snow, where you can see accumulations, easy 6 to 12 inches, even 12 plus inches as you go into northern Minnesota. But that will stay north, a very similar setup to late last week and Friday. However, this time around, we'll dodge the snow here in the Twin Cities metro, at least the accumulating snow. We can see flakes fly for sure, but the accumulating snow will hang to the north. So as you just saw, it's 35, cloudy, it's quiet. Your morning drive will be quiet. Now your evening drive, pavement, roadways could be a little wet. And again, this all depends on where you live. This is just classic spring setup where it just seems like no matter where you're watching, we're just going to be finding different precipits. So southern Minnesota, we can see some showers and thunderstorms tonight. General showers for us late day and overnight. flakes will kick off first. So we'll see the flakes fly first, changing over to all rain. Look at the wind speeds ramping up as well out of the east-northeast up to around 20 miles per hour sustained, with some occasional gusts of up to 30 plus miles per hour going into the overnight and then lingering into Thursday. Here's your forecast tonight: upper 30s, low 40s, showers, perhaps few rumbles of thunder. Again, look at tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Rain, snow mix as this system pushes out, but wind, right? That's still going to be the main story for tomorrow. So coming up, I'll dive into some maps, some forecast models, and we'll talk more about which specific areas are going to find the snow, the freezing rain, the sleet, and then just the rain. Strong gusty winds this afternoon through Thursday, and a lot of winter alerts to get into. You should see our winter alert map. That's also coming up in about 10 minutes. It looks like a coloring page at that. So stick around for that. Let's dive into your 7-day forecast, because once we shake this spring system, let's start with Thursday. Our home opener looks chilly. Look at this dramatic warm up, a few isolated showers on Easter Sunday.